You are stuck in that mentality that you think healthy is somehow expensive. This is More Than Muscle. Today we're going to be really tackling excuses, where they come from, why they even exist, and really how you can navigate yourself past them and not let them get in the way of your goals. Because how many times have you let yourself kind of think your way out of something? And this is what happens. We get to a crossroad, right, where we are thinking, I want to make a change. I want something different for myself, for my life, for my body, whatever. And then what happens is you get to a point where you initiate something, whether it's you have an idea and you start a conversation, or you have an idea and you do some research. Whatever the case is, you have that idea to start, and then you initiate something to get you on the path. Now, what's going to happen is you're then going to come to a crossroad, and that's going to be essentially where you are going to face yourself. You're going to face the excuses, the procrastination, all of these reasons as to why now is not a right time. We're going to see what is the smoke screen that you can put up for yourself. And the reason why people do this is because, one, they're scared of change. They've become so damn comfortable where they're at, and they know in order for them to actually move forward, they have to do something different. And change is scary. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to lie to you. When I moved from, Australia to the US, that was extremely scary. And I talked myself out of it for quite a while. It took me 3 years before I really bit the bullet and did it anyway, even though I had so many excuses or reasons or whatever you want to call it, obstacles that was telling me, maybe not now, maybe, wait a little bit, maybe wait for the perfect circumstances or the situation or whatever. There were so many different things. And I, just like anyone else, I have found myself in the same position where I have had excuses as to why I wouldn't do the personal development, as to why I wouldn't go and do that training plan or whatever it was. We all come to that same thing. I am not unique. I'm not different to everyone else. What is kind of like the separator is I took action and I followed through. And so when you come to a crossroad and you're literally right at that edge and you've got to face yourself, you're going to face two versions of you. One of them is going to be the lower version, right? So your lower self, and one is going to be the higher version, the higher self. The lower self is going to say, you know what? We've been here for a few years' time. What's another couple of weeks? What's another couple of months? What's another couple of years? It's not a big deal, right? It's not that bad. And then your higher self is like, it's actually pretty damn bad. You're pretty fucked. You really haven't made any changes. You know that you could do better for yourself. You could be in a better position. You could be earning more money. You could probably be in a better relationship. You could have a better body. You could feel better about yourself. That's your higher self. And so what happens is that when we are incongruent with our higher self, our lower self will step in and exaggerate, right, the comfort zone. And this is essentially what the conversation goes back and forth with. This is what's really, really hard for people to change, because anyone can come up with the idea, but not many people can follow through. This is why I always tell people, have the faith, have the belief to start something, but have the fortitude and the resilience to see it through, because that's where you're going to be different. And you'll only be different if you actually put the action in place and you don't put up the smoke screen. Now, I had so many interesting conversations with many people. One in particular that decided to tell me, I'm full of excuses. I will be very honest with you. I'm full of excuses. I was like, okay, so when does that stop? When do the excuses stop? Then she proceeded to tell me, you know what? I need to think about what I need to do to change. And I said, you've been thinking about changing for 8 years and now you want to think a little more? Don't you think thinking about changing is exactly why you are still in this same fucking position? Here's the point. That's the point. It's right there. But when someone doesn't want to look at themselves and see the problem, they are delusional. Just so you know, you're delusional if you don't want to see the problem that's right in front of your face. Look in the mirror. The mirror tells you everything. It truly does. It's your reflection. If you look at yourself and you don't like what you see, there is no excuses out there that warrant your bullshit. There are no excuses. There might be some conditions. Conditions are different to excuses. Conditions mean that you truly are stuck where you're at and you have to hold off until you are in a better place to create some better actions. So you're basically intentionally doing this. But most of the time, people come up with these excuses, and these excuses are so pathetic. And I'm going to give you the top 3 excuses. The top 3, because they're all the fucking same, okay? Number 1 is now's not the right time, right? When was the best time to start? Yesterday or last year or probably a long time ago? When's the second best time to start? Today. That's the first thing. Now's not the right time. So timing is a really poor excuse, just so you know. You look weak and you look like you're literally just like putting up this ridiculous smokescreen. The next one is, well, I got to see if my spouse will let me. Now, I want to understand how your partner would not want you to be a better version of yourself. That is concerning. Are you really with someone that truly supports you, or are you with someone that wants you to stay comfortable because that's where you two can connect more through comfort versus challenge? And when someone says, I've got to just check in with my partner or my spouse, I always think to myself, that is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. And here's why. If you truly had someone who wants you to be the best version of yourself, it wouldn't matter what it took. It really would not matter what it takes. And I know that because anyone in my life, if they want to go and do some personal development and enhance themselves, I'm like, you better run that way. Like, go for it. Make that shit happen because it makes them better. So when they come back to me, I'm like, I get the best version of you. I really do. You go out there, you challenge yourself, you're so good, you're so this, you're so that, you're learning, you're growing, and then you come and tell me about it. That's awesome. Like, I love that. But here's the thing. Fixed mindset and growth mindset, they clash. So if you're looking to grow and your spouse, your partner is not, expect a clash. So rather than putting it up as a smokescreen saying, well, I got to see what my partner says, you're better off saying, my partner doesn't support me. My partner doesn't want me to get fit or healthy or get to the better version of myself. My partner actually likes me standard, right? Average, low level. So I'm going to say no. That's what you can do. That's what you can do, and see how your life is after that. Okay, last one. Last excuse. I can't afford it. Okay, so we're going to do a little, money audit here. We're going to do a little financial audit here. I want you to go back in the month, and this is the perfect time to do this because it's November, so everyone is out shopping for Black Friday sales, right? Everyone's out there doing the same damn fucking thing about Black Friday, but they can't afford it. Help me understand how you can't go and afford some free fitness, which is outside if you just run a little bit, right? Or you can't afford when you go shopping and you get your groceries that you can't afford to get the healthy stuff, right? The single ingredient stuff versus the packaged stuff. Help me understand how you can't afford it. Because at the end of the day, it's just choices. You have to eat something. Why not eat the better options? So the can't afford it principle does not apply. Everyone can afford something. It's just that you can't afford it because you are stuck in that mentality that you think healthy is somehow expensive, right? But you know what's expensive? You unhealthy. You know what's expensive? You getting out of shape. You know what is expensive? You not taking care of yourself and then delivering a worse version of yourself to the world. That's expensive. And until you actually understand that you need to address that mindset issue, that's where you might actually shift and change. So I share this because people are stuck in their excuses, and I just want you to know that even though I might listen to these excuses, inside I'm rolling with my eyes, okay? I'm rolling with them because it's a joke, right? If you want to take action, you'll take action. If you don't, you'll come up with an excuse. It's that simple. You either have the action in place and you're working towards it, or you have the excuse there and you're holding yourself back. There's always change and there's always direction. It's just that sometimes direction is regression, not progression, right? And that's as simple as it can be. So I'm going to encourage you that whatever you're looking to do, you don't wait until after the holidays, right? You don't wait and you just procrastinate. I'm going to encourage you to tell people around you of your goals. And if they don't support you, then you just say, cool, no worries. I'm doing it anyway, right? And then you go and invest in yourself. Those are my top 3 things that I'm going to encourage you to go and do, because those are the top 3 things that are going to separate you and that are going to truly give you the freedom and the fulfillment that you want in your life. So just remember, guys, everything you want is on the other side of fear. So make a move, take action, because you're one decision away from a completely different life.